So anyway, yung video na yan, I think yun lang yung value ng video na yan. So for that video, ang ano niyan is, ang kwento diyan sa video na yan is, bakit nandun sa Partido Federal si David Talyao na kinukonsiderang mastermind dun sa pagkidnap at pagpatay kay Anson Ke. Pero kasi, bakit yung kinoconsider nila na mastermind? Nasa Partido Federal. Party yan ni BBM.
We made observations. We didn't make a request which was rejected. That's a big lie.
Ayan, okay. So ngayon, kung matatandaan ninyo, 'di ba pinakalat na rin ng mga mainstream media, at saka sa TikTok bonggang-bongga to na parang, ano masasabi niyo, ni-request yung ni-reject na yung request na kailangan merong ID, ineme, ganyan. Ayun. So ang sabi ni Attorney Kaufman, hindi ako nag-request. We were asked to have an observation based on the internal handling ng registry ng yung siguro parang ang equivalent nun sa atin parang clerk of court, ganon. Na meron silang kasi merong tinatawag na confirmation process dun sa pag-entertain ng mga ebidensya ng prosecution. By the way, they were all talking about the ID request being rejected, kineme, pero they were not talking about the prosecution not being ready. Hindi ready ang prosecution ni PRRD. Anyway, teka, balik tayo dun sa ni Attorney Darwin Cañete. Mabilis lang naman yun mag-react lang tayo dun sa video. Dun sa video ni Attorney Darwin Cañete, yung pinost niya, eto, ayan. Okay, anyway, so parang ito yung mga key points dito sa video na to. It looks like an event of Partido Federal ng Pilipinas, which is partido ni Bongbong Marcos. Si David Tilyao, siya yung pinaghihinalaan na kumidnap kay Andy Cue. 'Di ba? Kay Anson Cue. Hindi pala to si Andy Cue ay iba. Si Anson Cue. Ayan. So, bakit nandun sila? Siya yung pinaghinalaang mastermind. Oo. Si Andy Cue nasa video si Anson Cue yung biktima. So ngayon, bakit si David Talyao ay nasa event ng Partido Federal ng Pilipinas na partido ni BBM? Yun yung nagpapakapal sa plot. Ayan. So ano yan? Ano to? PFP connection? So ano yan? Paano yan? Nakakaloka, need ng popcorn. Sabi ni Yakabud Shadow, kung ayaw magtiwala kay VP ISD, wag niyo nang asahan na gawin siyang presidente natin kasi ayaw niyo din siyang pagkatiwalaan. Alam niyo, sa totoo lang, totoo to. Point na to. Gusto niyong bigyan ng sangkaterbang gusto niyong bigyan ng sangkaterbang responsibilidad si Inday Sara magpresidente and whatsoever, ganyan. Pagkas ayaw niyo pagkatiwalaan, kasi si Inday no 2022, ano nangyari? Wag niyo na rin gawin presidente si Inday. Kung ganyan lang rin pala kayo mag-isip. Ayun. Hindi ko magets yung parang, why do you hold Inday, parang beholden dun sa 2022? Hindi naman siya yung nanloko dun. 'Di ba? Ayun. Cynthia Marie, kanina pa namin pinag-uusapan. Ayun. Naku, baka AI na naman yan, distorted video to tarnish reputation. Dapat may succession planning din na ma-impeach si Inday. What's next? Tingnan natin. Duterte 9, Amy Camille Honasan, okay na. Sino tatanggalin? Sino tatanggalin mo, JRP? Sabi ni Manong Manang, they called me a fake DDS just because I oppose Sara's campaign for Amy and Villar and promote Duterte and plus Honasan and Kerubin. O bakit hindi ka nagtitiwala kay Inday? Manong-manang. Ngayon yung nagtiwala kay Amy, hindi sila totoong Duterte supporter, ganon. Tingin ko kasi, ito lang naman kasi yan. Hindi naman natin kailangan maging super spicy about this eh. Hindi naman natin kailangan maging super spicy sa isa't isa about this. Ang problema kasi, yung pagkakunwari, kunwari kayo, may choice kayo, hindi nyo kayang buto. Ako tingin ko baka mamaya nga ang ginawa nila dyan. Kaya sila nagsabi ng Kerubin at saka Kunasan. Kasi meron yung mga tao na, question is, who will I trust more, Sara or PRRD? Sabi ni, ako both. Both. Ayun, pero ako pag-isipan ko pa yung plus 2 ni PRRD kasi sinabi niya yan, nasa kulungan na si PRRD eh. Ganon. Hintayin ko muna yung reaction ni Inday. Ayun. Ang problema lang naman kasi dyan, parang pagkakunwari, sinuportahan namin yung choice ni Inday, parang kami hindi totoo, di ba? Parang kami yung hindi totoo, parang kayo lang yung totoo. Yun yung problem. Tapos yung parang kulang lang sabihin ninyo na tanga si Inday. Ayun. And I think baka isa rin yan doon sa purpose na if you cannot really find it in your heart, kasi maraming ganun, ang dami nga nagpi-PM sa akin na ganyan na parang, Joey, talaga masakit talaga ang loob ko. Hindi ko talaga kaya na iboto yung choice ni Inday, ganyan. Di ba may mga ganun-ganun si Inday? May mga ganun-ganun ng mga Duterte supporters. Baka mamaya, yan, binibigyan nila ng way out yung mga Duterte supporter na, since hindi nyo kayang iboto si Amy or si Villar, wala kayo ibang choice. Ano lang. So anyway, yung video na yan, I think yun lang yung value ng video na yan. So for that video, ang niyan is, ang kwento dyan sa video na yan is, bakit nandun sa Partido Federal si David Talyao na kinukonsiderang mastermind dun sa pagkidnap at pagpatay kay Anson Ke. So, was it a lame attempt to take the funds out of Kwe who likely pulled out his support and then nag-orchestrate sila ng masyadong speculative pa yan, GC. Masyado pang speculative. Pero kasi, bakit yung kinoconsider nila na mastermind? Nasa Partido Federal. Party yan ni BBM. Pagbigyan natin si Jomel at huminto pa daw siya para lang makapag-comment. Sabi ni Jomel, I had to stop driving Joey and comment something about patayan or crime sa Pinas. It is so odd na itong mga hinayupok na to, na kung ano ang pinagsasabi about war on drugs sa alleged EJK, tapos sa mga grabing patayan ngayon, grabing tikom ang bibig, sobrang lala na dyan sa Pilipinas. Ginagaslight pa ang mga patayan sa ilalim ni Bangag. Just recent lang, may nakapila daw sa TV program sa Mandaluyong, sinaksak. Ay, oo! Sinaksak sa leeg! Narinig ko nga yan. Pero walang magsasalita dyan o makisimpatya sa pamilya ng biktima. Ayan, at mahaba yung comment ni Jomel. Ano yung kasunod niyan, Jomel? Ayan, binasa ko para hindi masayang yung Sabi niya, should I vote for Amy and Villar that their money speaks for them while both Honasan and Kerubin speaks the language of men in uniform? Sabi ni Manong Manang. May mga issues din naman si Kerubin. Especially, ganon. Hindi ganun kasimple kasi Manong Manang eh. Hindi ganun kasimple. Ang aanga ng ibang Duterte supporter, magdadagdag lang ng dalawa, laki ng problema. Kung ayaw nyo kay Villar at Amy, di kayo pinipilit. Tapos yung iba, dahil ayaw kay Ipe, iboboto nila iba, anga lang, sabi ni Jen. Ang sa akin lang yung parang, nagdesisyon si Inday, ba't tayo yung pagkatiwalaan si Inday, tapos yung dami-dami ng sinasabi, tapos yung parang they are taking it as an opportunity to ruin Inday. Ganon. Yung parang, kakampi ka ba talaga? Bakit parang interesado kang sirain si Inday? Ganon. Ayun. Yung ibang seniors, mas choice nila si Willie kaysa kay Amy. Oh my God. Diyos ko po, not really. Ayun. Napanood mo na yung interview ng SMNI ni Sarah from Cebu? Oo. Yun yung sinabi niya na 2012 pa niya kaibigan si Amy. Tapos, talagang kaibigan din naman daw niya kasi talaga si Camille. Sabi ni Mel, Miss Joey, may dumating na kasi mga Chinese officials nag-secret investigate sa pagkamatay ni Anson Kwe. Kaya ang admin, takot na yan. Drone daw ginagamit paghahanap ng mga Chinese officials. Oh, this is interesting. Dinadaan pa naman tayo sa ganito ng China. No? Joey, yung kinakain. Ito. Teka. Maganda 'tong marites ni Mel. Maganda 'tong marites ni Mel. Kung totoo 'to, si China dinadaan tayo sa ganito sa bardagulan, sa competence. 'Di ba? Dinadaan tayo ng China sa competence, sa bardagulan. Remember yung spy narrative, 'di ba? Yung sa spy narrative. Yung sa spy narrative, yung China, hinarap nila talaga yung mga Pilipino, nag-apologize, nagkwento, ganyan-ganyan. Sinabi yung mga pangalan, yung mga security investigation agency na pinagtatrabahuan nila and things like that. So everything is verifiable. Umamin na nagsa-spy sila. Nagsa-spy kami kasi ganito, eme-eme, ganyan. So they are now facing the loss of China tungkol sa mga ginawa nila. And I think, yung ganong klaseng kwento, hindi naman na yun dapat pinapublish ng China. Sa totoo lang. Pwede naman na mag-decide si China na, okay, nahuli namin kayo, tapos tago namin kayo, kulong namin kayo dito. And there would be no fanfare. Pero ang ginawa ng China, pinablicize nila. And I think, ang ibig sabihin niyan is, China is telling the Philippines na, uy mga tanga, pag gagawa kayo ng spy narrative, dapat ganito. Dapat ganito. 'Di ba? And I think ang China, dahil hindi naman talaga tayo papatulan ng China dahil wala naman talagang yung alam mo yun, yung parang hindi tayo papatulan ng China na gagamit pa sila ng bonggang-bonggang yung gegerahin, yung mga gano'n, mga economic war, yung mga gano'n. They are too busy to to deal with us that way. Ganyan. Pero ang gagawin nila, they will treat us like a toddler. Gano'n. Yung yung kumbaga parang kung ano lang yung enough na lakas para mapahiya tayo ng bonggang-bongga, gano'n yung gagawin nila. And dahil nag-start na nga sila diyan sa spy narrative na yan, which I really felt is a message to the Filipino people na, "Hoy mga tanga, ganito gumawa ng Chinese spy story." Yung mga story, yung mga spy ganito gumawa ng spy narrative. Yung mga Chinese spy na pinagagagawa ninyo walang kakwenta-kwenta, ganito yan dapat. Gano'n. So ngayon, si Anton Cueva Chinese national pa. Chinese national pa ba si Anson Cue? Pero kasi kino-connect nila sa Pogo. Pogo na connected sa mga Chinese. 'Di ba? So ngayon 'pag nag-investigate ang mga Chinese about this, at meron silang naipresentang mga ebidensya, meron silang napresentang mga kung saan maaaring kontrahin ang kahit anong resulta ng investigasyon ng Pilipinas, mga beks, mapapahiya na naman tayo ng bonggang-bongga. Kasi itong mga 'di ba nag-press conference sila, sabi nila walang kidnap, ito ay Pogo related. 'Di ba? Ito ay Pogo related, ganyan-ganyan. Nag-change topic ka naman. Kanina ko pa yan topic, manong-manang, Diyos me. Kanina ko pa yan topic. Ilang beses na nga nabalik-balikan ayun. So yun. So yun yung yun yung tingin ko diyan. Yun yung matter of fact, it would not have to take another nation to raise a finger if they wanted to beat the PH. The people are already doing it to themselves. Sabi ni Kael. So true. Ayan. Ayun. And also wait for Byron's thoughts on this kasi sabi niya personal daw yung pag-endorse ni Inday sa plus 2 niya, hindi daw strategic vote. Although I am leaning more on the POV of Joey kasi mas reasonable, sabi ni Aklas Pinas. Ganon. Pagka ba personal, ibig sabihin hindi na siya pwedeng maging strategic? Ayun. Kaloka, last year, US officials ang nag-imbestiga sa pagkawala at pagkamatay ng AFAM. Tapos ngayon, China. Next day, Korea naman. Aba, worldwide talaga kahihiyan ni Bangag. Worldwide patayan. Si Bangag dapat dalhin sa ICC. Tingnan natin kung may magsuporta dyan sa labas ng detention. Hindi ito yung sinasabi ni Percy bago siya pinatay. Marami daw mga sindikato sa paligid sa inner circle ni BBM. Like yung nangyari kidnapping ni Anson Cue. Totoo ba yung pinagagagawa ni Pacquiao? Naku, wag na natin intindihan niya si Pacquiao. Siguro si Pacquiao, i-topic lang natin kung papaano niyo i-convince sa mga kamag-anak ninyo na wag iboto si Manny Pacquiao. Ayun. Hindi naman Duterte, I think magaling gumante. Ayun lang. So anyway, pagdating dun sa pagdating nga dun diyan sa exciting yun. Sana totoo yung chika ni Mel. Biruin mo, mag-investigate yung China. I think baka posible yan na magkaroon ng interest yung China. Kasi nga, gustong palabasin ng law enforcement natin na may kinalaman sa Pogo yung pagka-kidnap kay Anson Cue. So ngayon, siguro ang China nag-iisip nila, putang ina, meron naman kayong banat sa amin, ano naman niluluto niyo sa amin? Mag-imbestiga kami. Unahan tayo sa ebidensya. Unahan tayo sa ano, 'di ba? So ngayon, ayun, na-excite ako. So ngayon kapag nag-imbestiga yung China, di siyempre yung Pilipinas, hindi sila po pwedeng mag-fabricate. Kasi may parallel investigation. 'Di ba? Ang bawa ng current officials natin, kaya good for China if bubuking nila kalokohan ng admin natin, sabi ni Leah S. Correct. And in effect, sa totoo lang, pag ginagawa yan ng China, they are actually giving us ano parang they are giving us a lesson na parang ano ba kayo, ba't kayo nagsisettle sa ganitong mediocrity? Ayun. Sabi ni Codred, Joey, delikado yan chismis na yan, sasabihin pang hihimasok yan sa Pilipinas, lalo lalakas ang anti-China narrative, sabi ni Codred. Well, ganito, tawag dito, mapipigil mo ba yung China kung kunwari gagawa talaga sila ng investigation? Lalo na kung kunwari, kasi pinopogo narrative na nga nila, di ba yung pogo narrative nila, nakaturo yun sa China. Ganon, nakaturo yun sa China. So ngayon, hindi ko alam kung paano gagawin ng China, yung bahala sila sa buhay nila kung paano nila gagawin yan. But as soon as meron silang makita na Chinese interest dyan, it will really, compels them to do their own investigation. So whatever the reason, however they justify it, bahala na si China dyan kung paano niya gagawin yun to justify the investigation of the Chinese government. Ayun, hindi natin alam kung anong gagawin nila dyan, kung paano nila, ano yan. But what I'm saying is that if they do, let's say they have all the plausible reasons para mag-investigate, ganyan-ganyan, ngarag ang Philippine government dyan. Takina kasi, hindi sila makapanduga sa investigation nila eh. 'Di ba? Hindi sila makapanduga sa investigation nila. Ayun. Ayan. Okay. Anyway, ang tawag dito, napanood mo yung interview ni Paulo Ortega na binabatikos niya ang pag-endorso ni VP kay Amy and Camille. Ayan. Meron ba makakapaglabas ng sangkaterbang bantot niya ni Paulo Ortega? Diyos ko. Can we please, have someone na ilabas ang lahat ng baho niya ni Ortega? Irita na rin ako dyan eh. If they came because of the invitation of the Filipino-Chinese community, then they have a good cause for investigating, sabi ni Patricia Castañeda. If it's the Nationalista Party that is part of Alyansa, only Camille was endorsed by Inday, not her party, sabi ni Tatay Strauss. Nakita yung pic ni Tambal, ang mga alyansa nagmamakaawa na siya na iboto sila. Ang rumored 1B natanggap ng offshore account ni Garcia sa South Korean bank. Thank you Malacanang for attacking Cynthia. Baka mag-no sa impeachment si Inday, yan at sundan ni Mark. We have 2 heads already sa trial. Would still vote for Amy and Camille because solely of Inday's friendship with them and trust. Kaya hindi yung nasasabi, personal choice, Diyos ko po, kahit personal choice yan, hindi ibig sabihin, hindi nag-iisip si Inday ng mga repercussion yan. Diyos ko po naman. Mantingin nyo kay Inday, 5 years old, di ba? Ayun. Huwag mo patulugin para masaya. Madam, napanood yung interview ni Claire kay Ted? Oo, na-discuss na natin to kanina. Unang-unang topic. Ayan. Okay, well anyway, punta tayo dito sa interview, yung sa binigay na interview kanina ni attorney, nung lawyer ni PRRD, si Attorney Kaufman. Ayan, okay, punta tayo sa account ni Alvin. Ayan. Ayan. Nag-live siya kanina. Ayan. Asan na yung ano? Ito.
Okay. Hi, sir. Attorney, how are you? And
Good
how's
morning.
PRD? He's doing well?
He's in good spirits.
Okay, thank you. And does PRD have any message for the Filipino people now that May 12 election are fast approaching?
He asked for calm and restraint. He knows that there are elections in the offing. He knows that the people are very interested in his welfare.
Mhm.
And he also knows that there is a tendency, perhaps, for people to get excited and not to respect the judicial process. He insists that the judicial process be respected, that there be no interference in that at all.
Thank you, Attorney. And Attorney, how do you respond to the ICC judge's rejection of your proposal Do you believe it undermines the rights of the accused in any way?
Well, this whole thing about the judges rejecting my proposal, that never happened. All that happened was that there were two activist victims representatives by the names of Joel Butayan and Christina Conti, who made all sorts of assertions in the press that I had asked to restrict victims' participation in the process by limiting the ID documents that could be used. That never happened. All I was doing was I was relying on what the Philippines social security system requires for ID to be verified in the Philippines. What they don't tell you is that they were not accepted at this present moment in time to be representatives of the victims, rather the OPCV, which is the unit which is dedicated to representing victims at the ICC. So this is not a question of the judges rejecting something that the defense asked for.
Ayan.
This was a response that the defense made to the VPRS, which is the internal court unit, which is responsible for assessing victims' applications. That's all we did. We made observations. We didn't make a request which was rejected. That's a big lie.
Ayan, okay. So ngayon, kung matatandaan ninyo, 'di ba pinakalat na rin ng mga mainstream media at saka sa TikTok bonggang-bongga to na parang ano masasabi niyo ni-request yung ni-reject na yung request na kailangan merong ID, ineme ganyan. Ayun. So ang sabi ni Attorney Kaufman, hindi ako nag-request. We were asked to have an observation based on the internal handling ng registry ng yung siguro parang ang equivalent nun sa atin parang clerk of court, ganon. Na meron silang kasi merong tinatawag na confirmation process dun sa pag-entertain ng mga ebidensya ng prosecution. By the way, they were all talking about the ID request being rejected kineme, pero they were not talking about the prosecution not being ready. Hindi ready ang prosecution ni PRRD. Hindi sila ready. In fact, binigyan sila hanggang July 1, 2025 para kumpletuhin yung lahat ng kanilang disclosure. Meron silang mga documents na sinasabi nila na ito na yung ginamit namin doon sa at the time na na-issue yung warrant. Marami pa kaming pine-prepare. Ganon. Marami pa kaming pine-prepare. Ngayon, etong si Attorney Kaufman, makikita nyo naman yung proceedings nito sa website ng ICC. Ayan, teka. Ayan. So pag nagpunta tayo dun sa website ng ICC, nandun naman yan. Ayan, okay. Court records. So doon sa court records, nandito lahat ng mga documents. So decision on the election of the presiding judge, nagkaroon na ng warrant of arrest, nag-convene na first appearance March 13, public redacted version of MME. Okay. Nakalagay naman dito kung saan galing yung kung saan galing tong move na to. Ayan, okay. So decision, ano to? Pre-trial chamber. Tingnan nga natin to saglit. Wait lang English. Okay. Yung decision convening a hearing for the first appearance of Mr. Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Yun lang pala ibig sabihin nito. Okay. Notification that the representation, okay. So yung mga nangyari lang yun ng first na hearing. Tapos, March 18, redacted version of notification on the appointment of Mr. Nicholas Kaufman. Ayan. So, nag-notify na si Mr. Nicholas Kaufman yung counsel for PRRD, March 18. May order, okay. May order yung pre-trial chamber na nagsisik ng observation on matters related to the conduct of the confirmation proceeding. So, ito yung sinasabi ni Attorney Kaufman na okay, ayan. Ito, galing to sa pre-trial chamber. Tapos yung pre-trial chamber, ang sinasabi niya, nahihingi siya ng observation from the defense and the prosecution para doon sa confirmation proceedings. Ayan. Ayan. So basically, that has something to do with the disclosure process. Ayan. So, okay. Ito, hindi nila 'to sinasabi. Yung the prosecution, yung unang sinasabi dito ng yung prosecution hinihingan sila ng ng mag-provide ng mga ebidensya nila April 4, 2025. Ito ayan yung mga yan yung mga hinihingi sa kanila April 4, 2025. Ayan. O ayan, tapos marami mga tinatanong. Tapos yung sumunod, Ito, yung defense naman, nire-request na mag-submit ng mga sagot by April 11, 2025. Ito yung mga tanong. Ayan. Tapos participation of the victims, ayan, may deadline din siya, April 2025. Ayan, okay. So merong mga the registry is instructed to file observation in relation to the victims. Okay. So ngayon, itong order na to, nung March 21, yung pre-trial chamber, sabi niya, kayo defense, magbigay kayo ng, sagutin niyo itong mga questions na to. Yung sa defense, sabi prosecution April 4, defense April 5. Pagkatapos, ikaw registry, meron ka rin mga kailangan sagutin sa akin. Ikaw, ang deadline mo, April 11 din. Tama, di ba? April 11 din, yung deadline niya, nung registry. So, kumbaga, meron tatlong tatlong action na hinihingi. Ayan, April 11 din, 2025. Meron tatlong action na hinihingi si pre-trial chamber, sa prosecution, sa defense, at saka dun sa registry. Ayun. Balik tayo ha. Ayan, March 21. So ngayon, yung prosecution, kinommunicate niya first. Actually, if I remember it correctly, ang hinihingi nito, extension of time. Hindi niya ma-meet yung deadline na April 4. Hindi niya ma-meet yung deadline na April 4, yung hinihingi ng pre-trial chamber. Tapos hindi naman nila ito in-update, wala man lang nag-ano, ganyan-ganyan, di man nila ni-report to masyado, ganun. So ito, ayan. So ito yung sa prosecution, ito yung observation ng prosecution. First communication on the disclosure of evidence. Ayan. Ayan, so 181 items, organ, ayan. So kumbaga may mga dinisclose lang sila mga evidence, pero ito lang yung coverage ng mga dinisclose nila. So it looks like, meron pa to naghingi sila ng extension dito sa disclosure, kasi hindi nila nga ma-meet. Wait lang ha. Meron pa yan. Tapos sumagot yung registry. Ito yung registry. And redacted version of the registry submission on matters related to the participation of the victims, ganon. So kasi sila yung tatanggap ng mga ebidensya eh. So yung registry, meron rin siyang observation. Ayan. Meron silang observation, yung admission process, identity documents, legal representation of the victims, ganyan. Ayan, ito yung VPRS na tinutukoy ni Attorney Kaufman. Adoption of standard victim admission process followed by various ICC chambers. Ayan, ABC approach. Ineme, ganon. Okay. So parang nangyayari, si pre-trial chamber, tinatanong lang niya talaga yung mga parties dito. Ikaw, ano yung ano mo? Ikaw, registry, paano mo ba gagawin dito? Yung just pagdating dun sa pagre-receive ng evidence at saka dun sa victim reparation kinembot, ganyan-ganyan, paano mo ba gagawin yan? Ganon. So ngayon, si defense, katulad nila, inask lang rin si defense kung ano yung niya, kung ano yung opinion mo dito, ano sa tingin mo yung mga dapat gawin dito, ganyan-ganyan. Anyway, pagkatapos yung sumunod, April 7, na-appoint na si Mr. Dove Jacobs. Tapos, ayan, observation ng defense. Ito yung sinasabi nila na kung saan, nag-request daw si Mr. Kaufman na kailangan ang ID, yung ID lang na, yung kailangan may mga, dito yung identification kinembot. Yung passport lang daw, ganyan, or ano lang daw. Kasi yung sinasabi ni Conti sa mga interviews niya eh. Ayan, the defense of Mr. notes that the registry submission on the participation of victim in the present proceeding and hereby submits its observation on the following issues raised therein. Documents for the purpose of identifying the victim. Kasi kasama yun sa process ng VPRS eh. 'Di ba? So ngayon, yun yung kinokomentan ngayon ng defense. Legal representation of the victim applicants. Okay. Identity available in the Republic of the Philippines. So ang sabi dito ni Mr. Kaufman, proof of identity acting and persons acting on their behalf should insist on the production of the national identity card and or passport containing up-to-date photograph. In the absence thereof, the defense submit the pretrial chamber should require those identification documents accepted in the staggered fashion mandated by the Social Security System of the Republic of the Philippines. Limiting the range of identity document enhances reliability of the identity verification process and significantly reduces the risk of fraud. The use of varied and insufficiently verified identity documents could lead to misidentification, double counting, and the inclusion of false victim. issues that could trigger unnecessary. So these were actually given as an observation. These were actually given as an observation. The non-sequential list provided by the registry unjustifiably expands the identification regime set out by the Philippine Social Security System. The registry fails to explain why such deviation is appropriate or even necessary in this case, other than the vague assertion that there exists a backlog in the distribution of national identity cards. Registry further suggests that the declaration signed by 2 witnesses and accompanied by identity document should be considered sufficient to authenticate and establish the identity of the applicant or the person acting on their behalf. Ayan. Ayun. So sinasabi niya, pagka merong alternative, dapat, ay naano siya, it should be, ang tawag dito, it should be accept based on ad hoc basis. Ayun. So the defense suggests that the pretrial chamber should follow the practice adopted in Coney and decide on a rolling and ad hoc basis whether a signed and witness declaration is sufficient to act as proof of applications of an applicant's identity. Ayun. Ayan. Tapos yun yung isa niyang request, yun nga yung pag-appoint ng ano. Yung isa niyang observation is on the legal representation of the victim applicants. Ayan. Ano yung April 7? O tapos nag-reply si registry. Nag-reply si registry. Or hindi, simultaneous submission pala to. Whether the ICC may exercise jurisdiction in the Philippine situation. Itong issue na to, parehas na nag-disagree yung prosecution at saka defense na premature yan, yung whether ICC may exercise jurisdiction in the Philippines. Parang hindi pa yan ngayon dapat itakel. Parehas silang nag-agree dyan sa ano na yan. Well, yun kasi yung, nabasa ko na kasi yung ibang yung ibang part nitong ayan, ano tong sumunod? Ayun, tapos ngayon, nung April 8, ang sinabi yung naalala niyo yung order kanina nung pre-trial chamber, nag-respond si Kaufman na sinabi niya hindi pa kami po pwedeng makapag-respond dun sa mga tanong ninyo kasi hindi pa naman namin nakikita yung mga disclosures ng hindi pa namin nakikita yung disclosure ng prosecution. Sa totoo lang, wala pa tayong pinag-uusapan dito. Nawala ako, sorry. Nawala ako. Ayun, anyway, mabalik tayo. Sa totoo lang, looking at the back and forth of these cases, it looks like hindi pa wala pa tayong pinag-uusapan dito, hindi pa nakikita ng defense yung mga yung mga ebidensya ng prosecution. Hindi pa nila nakikita yung ebidensya ng prosecution. Teka ha, ayan. Ayan, tapos nag-response sa amicus curiae. Ito sinasabi ko sa'yo na ayaw rin ng defense yung, kumbaga sabi niya yung amicus curiae na tungkol doon sa ICC jurisdiction. Hindi pa yan ngayon dapat pag-usapan. Parang some other time na yan. Agree sila ng prosecution dito actually. Tapos public redacted version. Anyway, ayan. Eto na. So ito galing sa pre-trial chamber. Ano yung naging, kasi di ba sabi nila may rejection, ineme, ganun. Ano yung sabi dito? Ito 20 pages to, medyo mahaba-haba itong part na to. Pero, ayan, okay. So ngayon sabi, ito na yung i-adapt natin na disclosure regime for the present case. So sabi, volume of disclosure investigation, okay. Ayan. Teka lang ha. The disclosure of considerable volume of evidence which is difficult or impossible to comprehend the usefulness and relevance of the case merely puts the defense in a position where it cannot genuinely exercise its rights. Ayun. Kasi nga, di ba ang sinasabi ng prosecution, napakadami nilang gustong ipresenta na documents. Ganon. So sinasabi dito sa order na to, para dun sa yung conduct nga ng confirmation proceeding, na parang hindi naman fair na ganon, na sobrang daming mong ibibigay, ganyan-ganyan. Kasi nga, parang it will put the defense in a position where it cannot genuinely exercise its rights because the evidence is difficult or impossible to comprehend the usefulness and relevance to the case. Ganyan. Asa na ba sinasabi nilang Anyway, teka lang. Sorry. Thematic disclosure. Anyway, yan na. Teka lang ha. Ayan. Ito, the prosecution intends to complete the review and disclosure of evidence in its possession by no later than 30 days before the confirmation hearing. The prosecution shall complete the disclosure process by no later than July 1, 2025. This includes all the evidence it intends to rely upon at the confirmation of charges hearing, including the totality of the witnesses' statements and their translation. Any items of evidence submitted after that date will not be taken into account for the purposes of the confirmation charges and hearing. Ganon. Guys, hindi rin nare-report na ano ha. May deadline, tingnan dito sa order na to, may deadline sila. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng mga kailangan nila, gusto nilang ipasok na ebidensya dito sa hearing na to, kailangan gawin na nila by July 1, 2025. Remember, di ba, nung merong March 18 na PNP memorandum dito sa Pilipinas, looking for some information or documents about sa mga victims ng EJK. It looks like naghahabol sila, hindi pa sila tapos. Ako ang impression ko ha, yung prosecution hindi ready, sa totoo lang. Hindi ready yung prosecution dito. Ayun. Kasi sinasabi ni ano, yung the chamber recalls the confirmation charges shall commence of the decision sorry, hindi na masyadong importante ito. Submission pursuant to objection and observation agreements to facts. Ito yung sinasabi ni ano, victims participation and legal representation, principles and procedure governing the chamber recalls, okay, noting documents proof of identity. Ayan, the chamber notes the recommendation of the registry in respect to the documentary requirements. Most Filipinos do not have national ID. The registry anticipates that some applicants will require the option of unofficial identity documents. The defense submits that the types of the document should be accepted. Ayan. Ito yung decision nung chamber doon sa proof of identity. The chamber considers that the registry has provided sufficient information regarding each document that it proposes to accept the proof of identity for victim applicants, including the issuing entity and samples. This information, together with the procedure of admission of victims to participate in the proceeding adopted above, already ensures the reliability of the identity verification process and significantly reduces risk of fraud. So in light of this consideration, the chamber accept the document proposed by the registry as proof of identity for application and those acting on their behalf. So ang sinasabi lang dito is that base dun sa mga observation na nag-submit doon sa pre-trial chamber, ang ina-accept na pre-trial chamber is yung observation ni registry. Ganon. Observation ni registry. Ayan, ito na yung legal representation. Ayan, ito. Okay. While mindful of the need to protect the interest of victim applicants even before the appointment of common legal representative, the chamber finds it premature to allow lawyers who were appointed by applicants in victim application forms for participation or through powers of attorney to make submission before the chamber until common legal representation in the case has been decided. Indeed, as stated above, the registry still has the conduct consultations on the matter, including with the view of identifying such legal representative whose mandate will not take effect until the chamber's decision on victim's application for participation in these proceedings. Ayun. Accordingly, the chamber assigns the OPCV to represent the collective interest of potential victims until the mandate of the team, common legal representative, takes effect. So, yun yung sinasabi ni Attorney Kaufman na hindi kayo ikaw Conti at saka Butuyan, hindi kayo pinayagan na mag-represent ng mga victim kasi OPCV yung mag-aayos ng mga application, yung mga victim application para mag-submit do sa registry. Ano yun sa VPRS ng pretrial chamber. Ganun. Unfair, no? Kasi sa mainstream media, ang nire-report lang nila parate. Ang nire-report lang, ay hindi, nireject yung ID, nireject, hindi pwede ng ano, ineme, ganyan-ganyan. Nireject na sila, ganyan-ganyan. It is, kasi hindi naman ganun yung process, hindi naman yung parang denied yung request or ano, hindi siya yung parang katulad dito sa Pilipinas na ganun. Na pagka nag-request ka, denied or approve yung ano mo, yung motion mo or things like that. Dito sa procedure ng ICC, you are asked to provide observation. The observations from different parties may be adopted or not. Ganon. So wala namang rejection na nangyari. Wala namang kumbaga parang kumbaga, siguro technical term na lang rin yan, ganon, kung ano yung technical ano na lang din nila yan, parang siguro kaya nila sinabi na ni-reject si Attorney Kaufman dahil dito sa Pilipinas ganon kasi na parang hindi na-approve yung ano so na-reject, ganyan. Conti should be held in contempt. Nagsisinungaling sa media ang huklubang NPA sabi ni Sano Gambol. Ayun. Well, dapat inaano niya na hindi niya po pwedeng through the confirmation process, hindi siya pwedeng mag-represent ng mga victim applicants. OPCV yung OPCV yung mamamahala sa kanila, hindi siya. Ganun. Hindi sila. Ba't hindi nila kinukwento yun? Diba? Ba't hindi nila kinukwento yun? Yung part na yun, na OPCV yung mamamahala pala dun sa mga victim applicants at hindi si ano. So yun, may chance talaga makauwi si FPRRD, hindi lang nila sasabihin yan kasi talo sila konti, sabi ni Jennifer Oshap. Yeah, malaki talaga yung chance na makauwi si PRRD. Kaya pag umuwi si PRRD, dapat talaga, grabe, it should be huge.